Okay, hello. So I don't think the radio is on too loud. So I just wanted to do a quick video. I haven't actually done one in a couple days, but I just wanted to quickly do one. Um, hopefully, I think I just finished a nice lunch. And that's actually part of what sparked this. So I went out for lunch today, and I guess this is thinking about two people, but one of them I've only kind of been around like a couple times. I'm just gonna have to quickly give our dog something to occupy himself with because it sounds like he wants to be vocal or looks like he wants to start making noises. Like saying, I want to do a podcast. So, where I went for lunch today, she was working by herself today, which, I mean, I've been in there a few times and they usually have two or three staff on. Well, there was a couple people from other departments. It's a very unique place, actually, that serves some food and drink. And they also kind of do other medicinal and therapeutic type stuff. Um, and basically, so the girl that was behind the counter, the woman, said, I don't know what she would prefer, but either way, said, do you work in the area? And I said, no, not at the moment. She said, but I live in the area. And she says, oh, so it's a handy place to come for lunch. And then we were talking about health a little bit. And then, because she asked me a question. And then, just as I was leaving, something to the effect of good luck on the job search. And I said, yeah, it's kind of been a while. And since I've put resumes, but honestly, I don't know. It would have to depend on the environment. And my health has been a little iffy, like I say. But, uh, but it's entirely possible. Like, I mean, I don't have a working printer. We have a good printer. I just don't know how to get it working. But it's entirely possible that that's what I should do. It kind of sparked that. We still, for I believe the rest of today, have a movie filming in the neighborhood. Our city is fairly big with movie filming, even though it's not Hollywood or whatever. But briefly, but it it getting to things, and they don't like to tell you locations till last minute, but they do sometimes put signs up in the neighborhood if they're going to need to close roads or occupy a business or whatever. But yeah, a lot of times they don't like I noticed on the sign it said 6 to whatever, but didn't specify whether it was AM or PM. I don't think they want you to know. Somebody's briefly again, but anyway, um, and but the fact that it was nearby, I've texted two numbers. There's one other number I could call. There was like three numbers on this sign for some weird reason, and I'm tempted to actually. Maybe I should. Where's my phone? Um, because but I didn't mean to get distracted from doing this. But but uh, and at the top the number is a little bit weird. Yeah, well, because the name was weird with it, and it just didn't sound like the kind of thing we want there. Um, whoops. Um, I know I need. He got a whole bunch at work, so hopefully he has one. And got this really nice tablet case, but unfortunately it doesn't fit my tablet at the donation center. So weren't intending to get a tablet case today, so didn't have it with them. But I just find it weird that the email address does not have the full movie name when it totally could, and you could totally abbreviate the name of the place. Um, and that they sound like they have a location. I don't know, but it's all throughout the city. Um, yeah, there's four different numbers on this poster, and I'm not sure why. One is just for a local film and special events office. But I feel any of them that I contacted, except for hopefully the ones I texted, are probably going to tell me I have to go. And it might not be the cast company I thought it was, but I would have to go through submitting a photo, yada yada. But it's their last day. I don't know. I don't know. All I can do is hope, I guess, because I don't. I yeah, I'm not sure how to get stuff to them. But anyway, so and I'm just noticing nobody's here at the moment. I just have to run upstairs very, very quickly, and I do apologize, but it's important. So I'll be right back. Ugh. Enjoy the couch for a moment. Get comfy. Hopefully, it'll be at that for a while. It's not a full size stick, but okay. Sorry about that. All right. Whoops. So, I'm just kind of thinking it might be a benefit to kind of be doing this. It's ironic, the shirt again, to do this in a sequential way. But like, how sequential do we go? Do we go from like I was on an agency, a social media page, and I almost thought walked past. It's been many years, and he wasn't walking with the cane, but he's another one actually. And then the one with the grocery store. I almost thought I walked past someone that I recognize who isn't really active on social media, but does react to this agency that we met each other through. Actually, posts every now and fairly often. Actually, well, I don't look as much as I necessarily used to, or I don't look often, but and he was putting something that I was doing, and kind of walking back up the lane, and I don't know. I guess because I was near the place and it kind of looked like him, I thought it might be. And sorry that this is kind of, you know, here, there, and everywhere. But um, so it's interesting, though. It's very interesting, the sequence of events when I think about it, because so how would I say it started? Yeah, I would say it started by noticing this agency posting about this open house sort of thing where they're going to be kind of showcasing a lot of other agencies. One of them I kind of already am getting involved with. Some of them I might not want to again, and some of them I might not qualify for, or I know I wouldn't. Um, like ones for kids or whatever it is. Um, and so I'm going to that tomorrow. But yeah, I hope that the video is okay. It's not on very loud at all. I was watching some YouTube videos actually on a channel I haven't seen in a while as well. Anywho, so and then a couple of days ago, I got a random call from a guy named Mark, and I was actually keep hearing about MS. So I was thinking about my cousin a little bit, but I get this random call, and it is 12:15, ironically, but she's actually on her holiday and probably busy, or probably not wanting to sit and watch my YouTube video. But maybe her and Madison would like to. I don't know. Maybe I should just um, quickly do that. But yeah, so basically, well, they haven't posted anything on this yoga places page since 2016. Hopefully that they kick it. Anywho, so I got a call from this random guy named. It was actually an expected call, and I actually kind of I've been waiting to hear for like, and I didn't have a way to reach this person myself. I've been waiting, and I still don't technically. I'd been waiting to hear for like almost 3 weeks, and it was getting to the point where I was going to come and review the place online and like possibly, say some gentle things about them, and then an hour or two later, I get a call, and yeah, so this Mark guy calls me, and then the next morning I woke up. I didn't even know if I was having a dream or not. And I don't even, like, I hadn't been up long. I don't even think I was thinking about the conversation I'd had with the guy. Good boy, Sonny. And next thing I know, I'm thinking of another Mark that I knew in my life. And honestly, actually, I haven't known many. There's one, I don't know if I should say, but that other town knows, who instead of supporting his daughter, would rather go to concert to concert to concert. But anyway, um, but yeah, basically, and I thought about somebody and somebody else that I knew closely connected to them, who now works at another agency. I mean, every now and then, these people that become clients do kind of go for a circle, and it's a hope I have. But anywho, and but in the meantime, while I'm struggling to find work or opportunities, I can hope that I'm making a positive impact and difference on YouTube. So basically, and then literally like 2 or 3 days. So I just read kind of. I mean, it makes sense in a way, but yet it also seemed very random. Woke up thinking about them, and then I don't know where I put my. I don't think it's behind me, and I don't want to get up because the dog will probably get up as well. Oh, you know what? It's in here. That's right. I took it off while I was out. Just my neck's a bit cold. So anywho, I good voice. I and it's interesting because I feel like a few days prior, and I'm not even entirely sure why, I was thinking of this one particular person. She has a last name that sounds like a composer's last name, like a music composer, but it's not actually spelled that way. Although I remember she had said once that she was related. I'd asked, and she said, "Yeah," but when I think back about it, I think she was just being funny or joking. Um, Not necessarily super funny, but not actually either, right? Anywho, so basically, yeah, it was a really pleasant interaction though with that lady today, and then on the way back, but I did not say anything to the guy because I didn't know if it was him. Um, but when I left, the other thing, this place that I was at for lunch, the other thing that this woman said to me, uh, it's always one of those things like, oh, I didn't. People will say like when they was gay, when they still are, or what was your name? But you know what? I guess I do it too. Sometimes. Most of the time, when I'm interacting online, I already see what their name is usually. But anyway, she said, "What was your name?" And I told her, and I intended to, but I was heading out the door, and she's kind of watching out the window, and there was two guys in reflectors vests, and if she's thinking, maybe he can get a job in construction, that kind of heavy labor in the heat that we're starting to get, like for spring, which feels like it started a little late. Um, I mean, and even for summer, like I don't know if we usually get the temperatures that we're supposed to get, but we've had a couple of nice breezy days. Anywho, but yeah, it's in the noise. I couldn't. But anywho, uh, she told me her name, and it was kind of unique. So I came home, not instantly actually. I was watching a playlist and having lunch and uh, I also found out that one of my former contacts is someone I know has been on TED Talks. It's been interesting a few times. Anywho, so and where you tuned in is you left, whatever. I was gonna say it's completely fine. You're not. I'm actually just kind of getting to kind of the main, especially main part. But when I think about this one agency that I've been involved with, I do. I think of certain people that stick out to me. Not so much Margaret, almost, but not so much. But whether it's the worker that actually was quite good until she left for health issues, and then many, many, many years later, she's possibly getting a heart operation. Now she is quite religious, but as long as she's still a kind and caring person, and I think pretty sure that she is, we had something kind of interesting in common as well. Actually, a couple things. Um, because her in-law, which may be more recent now, knew one of my friends that passed away, but I felt like they weren't related. Anywho, point of the matter being is, and then I think about Leanne and maybe kind of Lauren, um, Dylan, and Renata even a little bit. I almost want to turn that off, but I really don't think it's that loud, and I'll probably be done soon. But anyway, but there was this one lady, and she was like a counselor. She had a psychiatry background, which, if those are solely pill pushing, I'm not a fan of. And again, this is not trying to say stop your meds. I think that it's a little bit silly from anybody to go on to what they call like a medication cocktail, where essentially you take anything the doctor tells you should take because they're the doctor, and and you want to get better and or numb or both. And honestly, a lot of them bring upon more problems. But she was always just, and I don't believe she's passed away, but she was always just so friendly and uh, just great. And I remember many years ago, I'd contacted her because she was still in touch with one of the other people that I knew from the art group in the agency. And she seemed very excited to hear from me. Um, and she said that she was staying at, or she was at the Siloam Mission. Now, I don't know. I mean, it is true that successful people can sometimes kind of fall down the ladder a little bit, so to speak. It's also how you define success. I define it as happiness and money as part of it, but fulfillment, as well. But I say she's successful because she was pretty successful in her career life, from what I know of it. Um, and, like I say, I think you're a successful person if you are managing. I mean, I'm a nice person, so I mean, it's not hard to be nice to me, but that doesn't mean everybody is, But no, most people are. But yeah, that was. I mean, I guess it don't get out much. I don't know that experience with that lady at the restaurant today. I mean, the girl at the restaurant. I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't know why I feel like that's rare. And I mean, it's like that Mark guy that called me too. Like, I mean, I don't talk with a lot of people on the phone. I don't know, like guys. I don't know. It just felt like, oh, I'd meet a brother. I haven't had that feeling in a while. Anywho, enough about me. No, just kidding. But so this woman, and I kind of so yeah, I never knew whether she was staying there or volunteering or what. And then that was many years ago. But I do also remember many months ago trying to call a number associated with when I call her, when I search her name, and it brings up her picture, and it's totally her, and yeah, it says she's a psychotherapist, but and it says a phone number, and it says an address. And thankfully, I scrolled down a bit further because it also says that they operate out of another business that does something else, but it's also kind of in the health and wellness field, yoga. Um, and so I called the number, or no, the number, the first number I got, it was not assigned or not in service. And I kind of remember that last time, but the business still says it's open. But then when I saw this thing about this yoga place that it operates from, I decided to call that. And yeah, this is. I mean, even if they loosely define it, this isn't worth a Graceland call. And I mean, I guess I could see who's at the other place, but anyway, I decided to call that, and basically, got another community member, I believe, on the phone, and he said, "Well, just email and I'll forward it to her." Then I go on their website. Well, one reason I think I already had it open, but one reason I went to their website was because my silly computer, and I don't know if I just had lotion or oils or whatever on my hand or what, but I mean, I'm typing how I would normally, you know, the key I would normally hit on the keyboard to get a symbol, such as an at symbol, and it was not giving me that. It was giving me the other symbol on that key. And so I couldn't type in the email address. But then I went to their website, and two things, figuring I'd find it there, and I did. And two, I saw somebody else listed under their staff who has a name very similar to hers, and it could easily have been misunderstood that I was. But it says that she works under there, and he actually said she was the owner. Um, Maybe he didn't know why I was contacting. He didn't really ask either, but maybe he was meaning to. But the call ended before then. But I'll have to verify that we're talking about the same person. Uh, but I guess I'm a little unsure whether I should send because, and I did another one in this kind of topic before, but like just about people from our past, whatever, and I'd be more serious. But why is my father so low? Anyway, yeah, basically, now I'm wondering, since it didn't seem to do it normally, if I should do it, if I should send. I also am trying to decide because it did apparently plug in. And unfortunately, I've never messaged them before. It did apparently plug in. Isn't that what I normally hit? Oops, and that brings it to um, a thing about an acting class. I'm trying to decide if I should go to. I'm not sure if it's 20 something with a few dollars tax or an additional $26, which would be a lot for taxes. Um, it's been around for a while. Could be a good thing. Not super hard to get to, especially in this weather. Um, so I really need to look at that soon and trying to decide about that. Yeah, and then when I do the function key on that number, I get the number or that symbol. I've never seen that happen before. It's a keyboard, like I say, a laptop, and it's making me wonder if I should send to this person. I don't necessarily have to mention that I thought they were in the same community, but first of all, I want to confirm that we're talking about the same person. It wouldn't take much for me to quickly type up. It wouldn't take much for me to paste it from the website and to quickly type up a message, whether it ends up being the same person or not, because I haven't looked super in depth. But when I look at the staff list, it's also in Asia, which is kind of similar to the name, but not quite. When I look at the staff list, um, it doesn't show. And actually, yes, we're talking about different people. So I don't know. The other option could be maybe I should call back because I just noticed, and she's the first one listed. I just noticed that the the one that he's talking about is maybe I should call again. This could be very interesting if they end up transferring me and I end up talking to her, and maybe I want to hear it, and maybe then something will happen to her, and this would be something to cherish, extra. So just a moment. Actually, they had a cherish that worked there too. $12.30. Wow.
please feel free to leave us a message with your name, your number, and a brief description of how we can help you. We'll get back to you soon.
Have a lovely day. Oops. Hi there. I'm calling. I just talked to somebody at the desk, I guess, a few minutes ago. I was asking about the name Aida, but I happened to also look a little bit on the website and think you might talk to a different person. This one is AIDA, and that was the one that was on the website. There. I should probably get into doing yoga again, dealing with some other health issues. But yeah, I didn't see that you mentioned on the website either. Just when I searched your name, but I don't think there was a website even attached to it. But if you look it up, it's you'll see what I'm seeing. If if you're still confused as to what I'm saying here. So the first name and then STROCOVSKY. And there's just directions, reviews, save, share, and call. But for some reason, the call option does not seem to reach a in-service number. So anyway, if you can get her to email me, that would be appreciated. Thanks. Have a good day. That was still only 3.5 minutes, and the dog's being pretty good. I noticed that just before I got up, somebody did tune in, but I don't know. I mean, it's a topic that could be talked about more, and I don't know. Maybe it would mean that this video would be more successful while live, but I'm going to go back to what I was doing, I think, and keep it at that. But no, she was a memorable person. And the fact that, and I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, I don't super feel like it happens super often. Many years later, when I kind of recognized her on social media, we messaged a little bit, but honestly, I don't think she used it very much, and we never actually connected. But she just seemed to be really happy to hear from me, really excited, hoped I was doing well, kind of like Bobby Joe. And Bobby Joe, if you're seeing this, if your name is Bobby Joe, please comment. I just want to hear from any Bobby Joe, but there's a specific one, and you'll recognize me if it's you, probably. Anyway, thanks for watching, and then it's ironic too, because that's also a song name by a singer who, ironically, the first time I met a particular new friend of mine, we kind of connected, on in a couple areas, and then a little bit more since then. But and she's also someone that I never forget, and hopefully I'll have a nice long connection with her. I'll always make it work. There've been a couple times where I thought, oh, did I say something that maybe could be misinterpreted? But no, I mean, it's great to have people, in our lives that make a positive impact, past, present, future. You know, um, and we should all try to stay in each other's lives. We're all in this together, and life isn't easy sometimes, and you're going to need support, even if you're independent. And yeah, most things can be fixed. Not all, I know, but most no most things within a relation with somebody, um, you know, can be worked out. So, wishing you love and happiness and great uh, day and whatever's left of your day. Feel free to speak about it in the comments if you like. But otherwise, yeah, just kind of the main topic. Feel free to put a comment and take care.